Welcome. Today, one of my granddaughters is going to interview me about the changes that are happening around our Remote Places NZ channel this year. 2024 has certainly brought some changes. Just like the start of a new day, some are expected, others are from out of the blue. Back in 2020, when we started this channel, we travelled around in a Ford Transit camper van I had built. From it we hiked and biked around parts of New Zealand. This van was upgraded to a 7-metre Girasol motorhome in early 2022, when my wife Jenny wanted a few more home comforts in our away-from-home base. She also provided a good source of editorial balance for the first few years of this channel, and was my grammar and spelling coach.
What are the out-of-the-blue changes you referred to?
Back in late January, my wife Jenny had a major unexpected medical event, resulting in her death. It was our 50th wedding anniversary, so you will appreciate that new day didn't arrive as planned.
I know that was a really big shock for all of us, but now, 5 months on, tell us how that has affected the channel.
My concentration has been all over the place, and my YouTube output almost stopped. I also was faced with ending the Unique Gardens of New Zealand series, which were more Jenny's destinations. So the final one, the Hidden Valley, Tupari Gardens, was quite hard for me to complete.
So what about your concentration today?
I am learning that life has to go on, and the more focused you are on that, the more helpful it becomes. So my concentration is being whipped back into shape, and my YouTube output tempo is getting closer to normal now.
Is anything else happening on the channel?
Now that we are a team of one, I have added some extra items to my creative bag, which hopefully will mean better views, sounds and experiences for you viewers.
Creative bag? That sounds more likely to contain some of my cousin's magic tricks. Can you please be more specific?
I went shopping and purchased 3 DJI products, an Osmo Action 4 camera, 2 wireless microphones and a Mini 4 Pro drone.
And we are all excitedly looking forward to what changes that brings to your YouTube. But I know there is something else in the back of the motorhome.
Oh, you mean that at times instead of an e-bike being in there, a Honda CRF-L motorbike is hidden away?
Yes. What is that for?
To mount cameras on.
Really?
My wife and I, for over 30 years, have developed a plan to help the surviving member of our marriage better handle the grieving process when the first one died. We recognise that normally one partner goes ahead of the other, so one part of that was to plan appropriate distractions to help the grieving process. In my case, buying that small Honda motorbike to explore the remote parts of New Zealand better was part of that plan.
So now we are going to see YouTubes of you riding up Mount Taranaki or something like that, I suppose?
No, the changes you will see in time will not be a change to a motorbike channel, but you will see some more remote roads and tracks that we can't currently access. The recent ones I did on hired motorbikes are a possible teaser of the future.
What is on your wish list?
Wish list. In addition to more of the same, I plan to add 2 more series. Around the mountain, showcasing areas like Mount Te Arawa, Kaimai Forest Park area. The other series is Travelling the Edge of New Zealand, in which I plan to travel as close to the outside of the country as possible. This will be in stages and probably include some farm and beach riding to achieve that aim.
This is all very interesting. Tell us, why do you do it?
We enjoy exploring our beautiful country, which is full of wonders and places I still have not seen. And if I can encourage others to get out, enjoy New Zealand and keep active, that's great. Of course, many people write to me or stop me in the street to share their memories of growing up, working in, or early visits to the regions covered. And these stories do encourage me.
Do you have any tips for enjoying New Zealand?
Yeah, there's a cooking style called slow cooking, where you take local in-season food and cook it slowly. You then eat it slowly with friends and family, enjoying and understanding what you eat. I say travel that way. Let's call it slow travel. Don't rush around and try to do the South Island in 3 weeks. Pick a region and spend the 3 weeks there. Slow down, look more, experience more, use your other senses. Smell things, touch things, and taste things outside your comfort zone. Talk to people.
Interesting that you talk about slow travel when I know that you recently attended a Say No to Slow off-road motorbike course. What was that about?
I will let Chris Birch from just up the road at Thames answer that question. He runs adventure motorbike courses worldwide. Where's Chris Birch?
The most accurate description, I think, is just a lifelong motorcycle addict. I've done a lot of racing and, ridden motorbikes all around the world, well over 50 countries, but the easiest way, I just love riding motorbikes, I love riding bikes.
And what is the use of an old fella like me who is using a motorbike to see more remote parts of New Zealand doing a course with you?
I think it's just trying to accelerate the learning curve, right? So you want to go places, you want to see new places, you want to experience new things, and you don't want to wait. Like, you could spend, years trying to learn and develop what I can teach you in days. So we're basically trying to take all my knowledge that I've accrued over my whole lifetime, filter that down to the key points, and give it to you as quickly as possible so you can be comfortable, relaxed, and enjoying yourself, and safe, sort of going into these more remote areas that New Zealand has to offer.
So what age range do you train?
It's a very, very wide range. I think one of the coolest guys I taught last year was a guy that was in his 70s and still racing Grand National cross countries in America, and actually wanted to change his technique and work on his technique and better himself as a rider in his 70s. That was very cool. And we still get to teach, young teenagers, and that's a full spread.
So other ways you can help viewers improve their riding skills if they can't come on a course?
Yeah, obviously the big problem we have is that there is only one of me. But the best way to kind of get access to this information is through our Say No to Slow video series. So we basically tried to make a small bike and a big bike training series, all itemized down. I think it's each series is over 3 hours of footage, all broken up into key points, and that's all at saynotoslow.nz.
Okay, and here is the disclaimer. The Birches are not sponsoring this. I've paid...
We are making you a cup of tea.
Aha.
So there's a...
Okay, so partially spunded. Okay, I've paid for the course and happy to do so.
Wow, that was interesting. So we can hope that you stay upright and safe in your Honda. Thank you for joining us, and we trust that you enjoyed viewing this Remote Places New Zealand update. It certainly has been fun asking Granddad these questions. It was really great having Chris Birch pop in. Thanks, Chris. I trust some of your questions have been answered too.
We love getting subscribers, and your comments greatly assist us with the development of the channel. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and ring the bell for updates. Thank you, Dudley Moore at RemotePlacesNZ. This is Andy from Past Masters.
Hello.
Hi. What does Past Masters do to keep an old guy like me safe on a motorbike, on the road?
Right, so if you've been away from riding motorbikes for a number of years and you want to get back into it, we're here to just revamp you, get you back into riding in a safe environment, or try to make it a safe environment, because as you know, it's not quite that safe on the roads here sometimes. So basically what we're trying to do is just make you aware of some of the road codes might have changed over the years you're not aware of. Your cornering skills on the open road, around the back roads, coming through towns, learning how to filter through traffic if you want to do this, emergency stops, and also things like figure of eights, U-turns, learning how to control and handle that bike to its ability and your ability of riding.
But it seems also be about engaging your head before you ride. Is that fair?
Definitely, yeah. A lot of people just get on and go for it. They're not thinking about safety gear. I see a lot of people. We saw a couple of guys today in t-shirt, shorts and jandals.
Yeah.
On a Harley, yeah, whoopee, until you fall off, and then it's goodbye feet, goodbye hands for a little bit, if you're lucky. Yeah, they might lose those limbs.
Yeah. So I'm an old guy who's been around bikes for a long time, full licence, but on the course today there are a number of people who are going for the licence, so this is obviously applicable.
It's more like an upskill. They've just learned how to ride a bike, some of them. So now we're going to train them how to ride on the road safely and get them up to a level where they can do their restricted.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes we do one day, like today. There's not quite enough there. They need to come back and do another one, or go away and practice what we've done today.
But what I got today should have cost an arm and a leg, but it only cost a few dollars. Who picks up the rest of the tab?
So ACC pick up the tab.
That's really good, isn't it? Because we hear so much negative about, road safety, but for motorbikes, ACC is very, very proactive. Is that what you're saying?
Very proactive indeed, yeah. Yeah, and we need more advertising, sadly. There's a lot out there, but still people aren't noticing it, or they think they're above it, and they don't want to come and do it.
So somebody's interested, how do they contact?
They can either contact me through Past Masters themselves, or here at Bayride. So we've got the Bayride Motorcycle Training